Speaking Football.
Hello and welcome to episode number 89 of Speaking Football. Happy New Year to everyone out there listening to us from wherever you are in the world, be it Spain, Latin America or any other place. If you listen to us from somewhere that's maybe a little bit strange, maybe a little bit exotic for us here in Spain, write to us on Twitter, let us know where you're listening to us from. Now it's episode number 89 and we're also going to have an hour today to do the programme, so an extra 30 minutes to talk about everything football related. If you're joining us here on Twitch, as always, feel free to write to us in the comment box. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll try our best to participate and kind of answer your questions and help you. Sometimes we're fairly inútiles. We're fairly useless at answering questions, but I think that I'm feeling optimistic in this new year that we're going to do a good job. If you're listening to us on the radio and it's Saturday, welcome as well. If you enjoyed listening to Richard Vaughan over the last hour, you can listen to Richard again after this show. I think he's on right after us, so stick around and listen to whatever Richard has to say. Now, today we're going to be talking about lots of different things, lots of different new topics. We're going to be looking at a recent interview with Pep Guardiola, actually, where he's teaching us a very interesting football cliché. How would we say cliché? We would say tópico, ¿no?
Sí, bueno, también decimos cliché.
Cliché as well, so we use
Sí,
the French
pero no
word.
ponemos esa pronunciación, decimos cliché.
Yeah,
O tópico también.
We say cliché, yeah. Tópicos de España would be clichés about Spain, for example. So Pep Guardiola was using a great English footballing cliché, and we're going to have a look about that. We're going to have a look at that in a few minutes. And we're also going to be testing each other on some very complicated idiomatic expressions. And I'm really nervous because I think Ruben is going to wipe the floor with me. That means he's going to destroy me. He's going to beat me at this one because he's got some very difficult expressions for me in English. This is in a new section that we call Play on Words, so that'll be on later in the show. First, though, let's begin the programme, as always, by revealing the identity of last week's mystery player.
Mystery Player.
Okay, as always, in this new year, we're going to kick off the programme by revealing the identity of last week's mystery player. What was clue number one, Ruben?
Clue number one, he played in his native country, France, Spain and the States.
Very good, and the States. Yes, remember, we don't say United States. We either say the United States or the States, you can say as well. You can also say US, the US, but always with the article. Very good. So he played in his native country, France, Spain, and the United States. Clue number two, he's in the top 40 list of the best Latin American players of the 20th century. I can't remember exactly who made that list, but I think most people would agree that this guy belongs, pertenece, ¿no? You would say he belongs, debería estar ahí. He belongs on this list of the top 40 Latin American players of the 20th century. Clue number three, Ruben.
He was the first player from his country to enter into the Football Hall of Fame.
Do you say El Salón de la Fama? You say El Salón, or
El
is it
Salón
La
de la
Sala?
Fama. Sí, el Salón de la Fama. Y de hecho, no es un país pequeño.
No.
No.
No, it's a big country and a big football-loving country. Yeah, it's a really popular country for football. So really quite impressive that this guy made it into the Hall of Fame, and he was the first player from his country that made it there. Clue number four. I love this word. Coetáneo in Spanish. Coetáneo. Now, we say in English contemporary. Contemporary, very
Sí,
good.
podríamos decir contemporáneo, pero coetáneo es...
It's better. It's
Yes,
more
much
common.
better.
So we would say that this guy was a contemporary of Maradona, and we're about to see in a few seconds a photo of this guy with Maradona. And clue number five. Ruben.
He had a very unique hairstyle.
I think maybe, apart from Bobby Charlton, who we've already seen, there's maybe the most unique hairstyle I've ever seen in football. Super unique hairstyle. Like, there are even Halloween costumes of this guy.
Yeah.
I've even seen disfraces de Halloween costumes of this guy. He's a very unique hairstyle. Who was our mystery player? Ruben?
Our mystery player was... Voy a poner la foto que queda mejor.
That would be better. That would be better.
Carlos Valderrama. Carlos Alberto, el pibe Valderrama.
You know what's even better about the fact that he has that haircut? He's got a moustache as well.
Yeah, me too. But you have... That's hair. We are not going to talk about the mustache.
See, normally you would talk about the moustache. Like Panenka, we talk about the moustache. But Panenka had a kind of normal haircut. But Valderrama, there's so much happening there with that haircut. And he makes Maradona's haircut look normal. Maradona had quite a crazy haircut, you know, if you think back to when he was...
Vamos a ver, Pelusa. Por eso.
Yeah, pelusa, yeah.
Al
Sort
lado
of.
de Valderrama se le quita la pelusa, claro.
He looked normal. It's a bit like in Spain. I don't know if you guys listening. This sounds terrible. There's a very famous chef called Chicote in Spain. Chicote, and I remember, he was quite a big guy. He was quite a big guy. But I remember seeing him on YouTube standing next to another chef whose name was David de Jorge. And David de Jorge was even bigger than Chicote. And Chicote looked like some kind of like, and I don't know, he looked like a dwarf next to this guy. There's a similar effect going on with Valderrama's haircut and Maradona's haircut. Valderrama dominates this photo that we're looking at on Twitch with this fantastic sort of blonde afro that he has.
And I always thought that Valderrama was a short guy, but wasn't.
He's big, yeah. He was quite a big player. Yeah, I was watching some videos of him on YouTube, and he was quite a big
and
guy.
Not only because the hair.
Not only because of the hair. No. He was. The hair probably helped with his height. It probably added a few centimeters to his height. But yeah, great guy, great football culture reference. Winners this week. I imagine we had quite a few on Twitter. No, we had quite a few winners.
Yeah, a lot of them. For example, CBP dijo Valderrama, Rubén Buendía, Óscar González, David Mondíaz, que nos puso un vídeo y dice I couldn't help it. Nos puso un vídeo muy famoso de Valderrama jugando en el Valladolid contra el Real Madrid de Michel. Todos sabéis cuál es. Daniel Martín Castillo, un clásico. Ramón Bayón nos pone una sexta pista. Dice he had an affair with Michel González. Francisco Muñoz también acertó. Rubén Díaz dice aquí Carlos Alberto, el pibe Valderrama. Mauro y Sikpongye, el pibe de lad Valderrama.
Very good. The lad, I like
the lad.
that.
This is the relation of pibe, no?
Pibe, el pibe. Like I hear Argentinians saying that quite a lot. Say pibe, yeah. Be very, very careful though. I don't know who it was. Somebody said that he had an affair with Michel Salgado. Now that is not what we're looking for.
Michel González.
González, sorry. González. He had an affair with him. Now, affair is very different from the word that you should use. I think you should say like an issue, no? A problem.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a joke.
Right.
It was you have...
Like una aventura, is that what they're trying to say?
Yo creo que está diciendo la broma, como que tuvieron algo más.
Ah, okay, so it was like a romance.
Sí, yo creo que él quiere decir eso.
Okay, I need to inform myself.
Sí, una affair es una aventura.
Una aventura romántica, like a romantic.
De hecho, hay una serie que es The Affair.
Ah, yes, that's true. With I forget the actor from the Ray Charles movie. I forget her name, but yeah, and it's about politics, isn't it? The Affair. Okay, mea culpa. I'm sorry, I didn't know about this story of this apparent affair that they had. Seems very strange. Very good, excellent. Who's that? Someone in the comments. Born to Iron Man. He reminds me. Okay, he surely reminds Michel from. He means Michel from Real Madrid. Okay, not Michel Salgado. Oh yeah, got it. And what happened to AA today? What's AA? I don't know who AA is. Kublai. Clarify what you mean, Kublai, and we'll try and answer you. Well, brilliant, fantastic. Everybody that took part, thank you. If you wrote to us from Colombia, shout out to Colombia. It's wonderful to hear you all on our Twitter feed, and keep writing to us. We'll try our best to entertain you and to answer your questions. Now, it's on to our first section of today's programme, which is our football cliche of the day.
They started in the front foot when you're on your cross. You're not at the races.
Cliche of the day.
That's tremendous, that intro, isn't it?
That's great. Thank you, Alberto Alonso, for that.
Yeah, I think I heard John
and Nacho,
McGinn.
of course.
And
too.
Nacho, of course. And I think I heard John McGinn at the beginning of the audio. I don't know if Nacho can confirm if that was John McGinn. It was definitely a Scottish guy, and it sounded like John McGinn. Wonderful. Now, cliche, we said earlier, was like topical.
Tópico, sí.
Would you say that footballers use cliches a lot?
Yes. A lot of them.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know why it happens so much, but I think when you see them in interviews, they do tend to say the same things, don't they? Quite often.
Yeah, es por no meterse en charcos.
Yes, very good. It's to not meter la pata.
No meterse la pata, no meterse en... Hay muchas formas de decir eso porque es muy común.
We would say in English to put your foot in it, okay? They don't want to put
put your foot in it.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't want to put their foot in it. They don't want to cause a controversy, polémica. They want to cause a controversy. So yeah, this is that's maybe one reason why they do it. But it's true that they do use a lot of cliches. Today's cliche of the day, if you can just get the photo up there, Ruben, from an article.
Yes.
We've got an article from the Times, and our cliche of the day is brought to you by Pep Guardiola, whose use of this suggestion, of this expression suggests that he's mastering English, dominando. He's mastering English because he's used one of the best football cliches. The cliche is, we're taking it one game at a time. I like this. We're taking it one game at a time.
Esto sería como, estamos tomando esto en un partido a la vez. Es algo así como ir partido a partido.
It's something like that, yeah. I would say it's exactly
Es el ir de partido a partido del Cholo
Exactly,
Simeone.
partido a partido. So he's...
Cholo, con esto ya puedes entrenar en Inglaterra.
Exactly, that's
The
all you
only
have to say.
thing you have to say is we are taking it one game at a time.
Yeah, that's it. One game at a time. One game at a time. It's literally
At a
un
time.
partido a la vez, but it means partido a partido.
Partido a partido.
So obviously Pep is channeling Diego Simeone there. It's an interesting thing. What does this expression mean? If you say taking it one game at a time, or if you say partido a partido in Spanish, what context do we use it in?
And we use that because the coach, they want that players will focus on only the game is going to play. Don't
yeah,
thinking about the next one because it's most important, it's more whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's almost another great footballing cliche is that the next game is a final.
Yes.
The next game's a final.
Always.
Yeah.
If you are going to play the Copa del Rey match against a team from the second RFEF,
Yeah.
is the final. Is
Yeah.
that the final?
It doesn't matter if you're playing Barcelona or if you're playing Logroñés. Okay, it's a final.
It's a final.
Always, always, always a final. So that's another cliche. I think you say that in Spanish too, don't you?
Yeah, always.
Every game is a final. The next game is a final, or this game is our cup final. My old coach in Scotland used to say that to me.
If the situation is bad or good or whatever, the player is going to say, cada partido es una final.
Yeah, I know. It's usually something like that. It's usually when you're a little bit worried, and I think another use of it is when. For example, imagine you're at a team and you're top of the league, right? And you're going to win the league. You're aiming to win the league. Your objective is to win the league, but you have to play somebody that's down the bottom. So, like maybe in England, like Newcastle or Burnley or Norwich. So often in interviews, the manager says, "Listen, this is a cup final for them. This is a cup final for them. Para ellos es una final. This is a cup final for them." Meaning, okay, I recognise that they're not very good, but they're going to take this game really seriously, and we have to take it seriously. So I think there's logic in the expression. I think there's logic in that cliche. Usually they exist for some reason, cliches. But you do hear it all the time, and it makes me laugh a lot that Guardiola has kicked off 2022 by using the cliche in this interview with the Times. So he says the title race is not over. How would you translate that into Spanish? The title race is not over, like... La Liga no...
La carrera por la Liga no está todavía hecha.
Exactly. Remember in English we can say to be over, to be finished.
To be over. Remember when you played Maquinitas, you say game over when you lost your money.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Game
end of
over.
the game.
Yeah, like
Game over.
Like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's always game over. You're
Game
dead.
over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the title race is not over. We're taking it one game at a time, says Pep Guardiola. And that basically is a reference to the fact that Manchester City are flying at the moment. They're absolutely on fire in the Premier League at the moment, doing really, really well. The closest team, Liverpool, are dropping points, they're losing points. They drew against Chelsea, for example, just before was it just after New Year, I think? And that was a bad result for both of those teams, because Liverpool and Chelsea are the closest to Manchester City, and the gap, would you say the brecha?
Sí, la brecha.
The brecha. The gap, we say hueco in English. The gap between the teams is widening. Widening. How would you say that in Spanish?
Está creciendo, ¿no?
Creciendo.
La
You
brecha
say
está
growing.
creciendo.
You say the gap's growing.
The gap is very important. Bueno, the gap, cuando vas al metro en Londres, siempre te avisa, mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
You don't want to break your leg in the London Metro. It would not be very good. Very good. Fantastic. Okay, well, that's our football cliche of the day, brought to you by Pep Guardiola. Now, I'm a little bit nervous about this next section. I've been worrying about it all night. I couldn't sleep last night. I was shaking. I was waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, really nervous about it. Ruben is going to challenge me on my Spanish with a little game that we like to call Play on Words.
Play on Words.
Oh, I like that guitar.
Yeah,
that's really
right.
good. Can you explain the concept of this game?
Yeah,
what
we
you're
are
about
going to
do?
explain what we are going to do.
Okay.
I have two different words, Spanish words, different places. Today I have one from Spain and another one for Argentina. And Tommy has another two. And we are going to solve them, and we have to find out.
Averiguar.
Averiguar, resolver super chulo. We are going to find out what's the meaning.
Yeah, basically, we have to find out how to say it. We have to find out what the meaning is. We have to adivinar. We have to guess what the meaning is. Yeah, guess. Remember, not guessed.
Okay.
Guest is
Es invitado.
Invitado. Guess. We have to guess what the meaning is. And I think Ruben has got a much better chance of guessing what the meaning is of my English ones because he wrote a book about this kind of thing. So you have a lot of experience compared to me. So here, I think I should start first. I think I should give you one first, and then you can destroy me with the Spanish one if you want. Okay, so you want me to go first?
Okay.
I'm going to start with a general British expression, okay? Now, those of you watching me on Twitch...
No es muy tecnológica, acerca a la cámara.
Let's see.
No es muy tecnológico, pero se va a ver bien.
Okay, so you see it? It is, he'll be feeling...
That one in the morning.
Yeah, he'll be feeling that one in the morning.
I have a question. Is that a song? Because me suena un poco a You're going to suck in the morning.
You're going to get sacked.
You can sing it.
No, we would never use it as a chant, but yeah, it's true. You're getting sacked
Give me the
in the morning.
context.
Yeah.
Someone is going to in the pitch and tell that to another one.
No, so
Or it's the supporters, the fans.
neither. So we never. The players wouldn't say it, and the fans wouldn't say it. It's something that the commentator would say. It's something that the commentators would say.
Are you sure that the fans don't sing? He'll be feeling that in the morning.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay,
I wouldn't say so.
I think, in my opinion, is when someone kick you, you are going to feel the pain the next day. Se te va a doler por la mañana. Eso mañana te va a doler.
I think that's absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's it. Okay, 1 point to Ruben. Yes.
Nacho, tienes que poner algún sonido de en plan, acertado.
a cheering audience for 1 point to Ruben. Yes, absolutely perfect. Yeah, so when somebody receives a really hard tackle, right? When somebody's like, bang, absolutely, like a Vinnie Jones or maybe De Jong. Here's a good example. Remember the World Cup final?
Yeah.
De Jong and Xabi Alonso. And De Jong kicked Xabi Alonso in the chest. I think, actually, in that game, the commentator said he'll be feeling that one in the morning.
He'll be feeling that one in the morning.
That's
it. Mañana te va a doler.
Yeah.
Eso también se usa.
It's a really good expression. Would you say that? Mañana le va a doler.
Sí, eso mañana le va a doler. Y de hecho se usa fuera del mundo del fútbol. Eso mañana te va a doler.
That one. Yeah, maybe if somebody's drinking too much or something like that.
Sí, o cualquier cosa, te has caído. No, I'm okay, but esto mañana me va a doler.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like we would probably say it in, like, for a joke, like, vaya resaconte, espera,
Yo esperaba que
you'll be feeling that one in the morning.
Es que yo esperaba que las aficiones cantaran también eso.
Yeah.
Un golpe ahí y de repente la afición canta en unísono. Esto mañana te va a doler.
No, they're more just kind of brutal. They probably just laugh or something. They're not very, especially the English audience. They're pretty brutal. Right. Okay. Give me the golpe de gracia. Give me the coup de grace.
My first one. It's not difficult. Everybody among our audience knows. But we are going to check how is your Spanish.
So we're going to start with Spain, I assume. We're not going to start
with
Argentina.
The word is rematar a bocajarro.
No, I think I know this one.
Okay.
I think I know this one. You were going to say something there. Rematar. Okay, so, right. I think I'm going to try and narrow it down. Do you know that expression? To narrow something down is to reduce the possibilities. I think it's something to do with distance.
Yes.
I think it's something to do with proximity.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so bocajarro. Can you explain what this actually translates? Okay, boca would be mouth. Jarro, I don't actually know what jarro means individually. Does it mean anything as a word by itself?
Yo cambiaría jarro por jarra. Un poco.
So I think
jarra
like
vaso.
I think jarra like a beer. When I go to the pub, I ask for a jarra of beer because I don't like dobles or cañas. They're too small. So I ask for a jarra. But bocajarro, now together, I just remember reading this a lot, and I think it's a relation. It's related to the distance from the goal, and I'd say it's a very close distance. Rematar is to shoot, so it's when you shoot really close to the goal.
Yes, Tommy, very well. De hecho, bocajarro, hay como varias teorías al respecto, que viene de bocajarro. Bocajarro se puede utilizar en otros contextos en español y significa, pues, o dos cosas, proximidad o inmediatez, ¿no? O sea, disparar a bocajarro o disparar a quemarropa, es algo muy parecido. Y dicen los estudiosos de la palabra, que no queda muy claro de dónde viene, que puede venir de bocajarro, lo que se hacía cuando se bebía directamente de la jarra.
Okay. Again, that makes sense.
Sí.
Which you see, I used to live in Catalonia. I lived in Barcelona for an Erasmus stay, and I remember we went to the countryside and people drink wine from the...
Sí, claro, del porrón.
Yeah, porrón, that's
porrón.
it. That's, which I didn't like.
Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Yeah,
but they gave me a bib, babero.
Yeah, bib, yes.
Yeah, they gave me a bib.
Bib,
They gave me a bib. Interesting in English, babero and peto are the same word. So when you're in football,
Bib,
when you're
training bib.
training bib, yeah,
bib.
and baby bib, yeah.
Baby
so
bib.
they gave me a baby bib
Yeah.
so that I could drink from the wine jug. We would probably say it's more of a jug than a cup. But it was a disaster. I don't recommend anybody doing it without practice. And start with white wine, not red wine. That's a
Yeah,
complete-
practice and practice and practice.
That's
All
it.
shirt and practice and practice.
That's it.
Use a new one.
Practice makes perfect. Kublai Khan, absolutely fantastic translation there. Rematar a bocajarro, to shoot at point blank range. Not bad.
Exactly, yes. It's at point blank range. For
Yeah.
ejemplo, el portero paró mi remate a bocajarro sería the goalkeeper saved my shoot at point blank range.
Excellent, Kublai. Excellent, very good. Also, YC Puente is written saying, "Oh, Tommy, I do love your accent. Thank you. I've been practicing for 27 years. It's my own. I'm very good at it, but thank you very much. It's very nice of you." Okay, I'll give you the next one then. I think you're gonna nail this one. Clavar.
Okay.
Would you say clavar? You're gonna nail this one. You're gonna do very well. Okay, the next one is particular to my part of the world.
It's squeaky bum time.
Squeaky bum time. Now,
Yeah.
there's a reason. The fact that we've got a Scotland flag here, okay, the fact that we're showing a Scotland flag is a big, big clue as to who may have said it.
Yes, this is a very popular. I know the sentence because I wrote it in my book, and this is a very important sentence from Sir Alex Ferguson.
Very good.
That when they are going to play against Arsenal, against Arsenberger Arsenal, usually in order to put pressure on the match in the next matches, he said, "It's squeaky bum time."
Squeaky bum time.
Que
now.
es algo así como tiempos de ruidos, como de sonidos ruidosos, haciendo alusión a gases directamente, ¿no?
So-
Asociándolo al nerviosismo de
Yeah.
que la situación era muy complicada y metiendo presión.
Casi desagradable, almost unpleasant. To squeak is what, for example, imagine your door. Imagine you have an old door in your house, and it's sort of, would you say chirría?
Chirriar, sí. Chirriar.
It's almost like that. It squeaks. It's a really kind of horrible sound.
Sí.
Okay, so that's to squeak.
We have a translation in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Se usa cagómetro. Yes, very similar.
But is that not Luis Aragonés?
No,
that said
cagómetro
that?
used for a journalist called Tomás Guas. Very
Guas.
much. I don't know if someone told that first, but it's common to hear that journalists to talk about cagómetro, something similar to squeaky bum time.
You're so vulgar in Spain, aren't you? Cagómetro.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, there are children probably listening, so I don't think I can translate exactly, but cagómetro, it doesn't sound good in English.
No, it's,
Like
it's,
the meter.
es algo así lo mismo.
Yeah.
Se están poniendo nerviosos porque les pueden reducir distancia, entonces
That's it.
se utilizaba esa palabra.
I love that. That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, we say squeaky bum time. It's this idea that you really have to focus. Okay. It's like the most important time at the end of the season. I would say big games, big important games. You really have to focus. You really have to do your job well. Now, Kublai says squeaky bum time. Toca morderse las uñas.
Sí, morderse
I
las
like
uñas
that.
es un sinónimo también de
Being nervous,
desconfianza.
biting
Sí.
your nails.
Claro, un poco el objetivo de estas frases es poner nervioso al rival. Entonces, decir cosas para intentar que los jugadores sientan la presión por un determinado partido
I'm liking
y cometan errores.
That's good. That's good. Excellent. Yeah. Luis Aragonés had a phrase. I'm going to have to look it up when we take our break in a couple of minutes, because he had an expression that he used for the last few, like maybe 10 games of the season or something like that. He had a really good expression, and I'm going to have to look it up because it's going to kill me if I don't find out what this
Sí,
expression
bueno, Luis
is.
Aragonés es que era un motivador y al final este tipo de frases son de motivadores. Lo veíamos con Guardiola antes. Guardiola tenía que conseguir que el partido contra el último de la liga motivarlos y venía diciendo que el delantero era súper peligroso porque llevaba 2 goles en toda la temporada, pero era súper peligroso.
Guardiola takes... I've noticed the thing, we were talking about the cliche of like... game by game, or every match counts, or one game at a time, that kind of idea. Guardiola, it's true, has something nice to say about every team, and sometimes it almost seems like he's lying or exaggerating.
Yeah,
like he says, like for example, that Leeds were the best team we've ever played against. It's like, you just beat them 7-0. They can't be that good if you've, But he always says something positive about them.
He's always making up new ways in order to focus on their players.
Yeah.
For example, videos at the finals, songs. You put, for example, I remember when David Silva he's going to have a baby and the baby is not going okay.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
told to the players, you have to win this match for him and for his family.
That's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, use
that's
the
another
personal
way
thing.
in order to focus on it. And he's always making up new ways to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think things like that he gets to them personally, and I think the best managers in the past, do that. Alex Ferguson. I've got a few good stories I can tell you about Ferguson with that as well. We've got one more phrase for myself, but we're going to take a short break of 4 minutes. I believe.
4 minutes, and the next one is going to be an Argentinian. Oh, yeah, be
Okay.
careful. An Argentinian word.
I'm not optimistic, guys. I'm not optimistic.
No, I didn't know that, so it's really difficult that you know it.
Very pessimistic.
Don't go back 4 minutes and come back.
Yeah, 4 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. We're back.
We're back. And we are going to do the new play on words. In this occasion, I prepared something special for Tommy, a word from Argentina. We don't use it in Spain, but it's common to use there.
I feel really bad because when I was at university, I wrote my my dissertation, which is like TFM, my master's dissertation. In Spain, you say trabajo fin de máster.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote my dissertation about Argentinian football.
Yeah.
Yep, and about the Argentinian World Cup. And I was reading like lots of Argentinian football stuff at that time, but that was 5 or 6 years ago now, and it's gone right.
But did you learn a lot of words?
No,
No,
because it was more like journalistic stuff. So it was more like reading about the past and reading about World Cup victories and things like that. So I think my practical stuff is bad, which we're going to see.
We are going to do it. The word, Argentina won. People from Argentina help me if I didn't properly. The word is, look at, jugador de cabotaje.
Cabotaje.
And I'm going to give you a sentence.
Okay.
Un desastre Argentina con jugadores de cabotaje. Sorry for my accent.
That was an amazing accent, wasn't it?
Jugador de cabotaje.
Un desastre Argentina con jugadores de cabotaje.
You pronounced good.
Is that okay? I've been watching I was watching an Argentinian series recently, and it was maybe it's caught.
¿Qué son jugadores de cabotaje?
Now, right, un desastre. Okay, so this is a negative thing. Has to be negative.
Yes.
Okay. Desastre.
It's not good if someone told to you are a jugador de cabotaje.
Okay, I'm going to assume that title came from a bad result from the national team. Argentinian national team, the selección. I'm going to assume it came from that. Cabotaje. Now, cabo is like end, no? It's like the end of something. Like al fin y al cabo, no? Like at the end of the day.
Me gusta tu poder de deducción.
That's all I can do because I've got nothing. I'm going on absolutely nothing here. I know it's negative and the word end is there. Taje is a general suffix that you have in Spanish, like sabotaje.
Como arbitraje.
Arbitraje. Cabotaje. Now, it makes me think that it's something to do with the quality of the players. The quality of the players isn't good. Am I going in the right direction here?
No. Tiene un matiz muy diferenciador decir jugador de cabotaje.
Ruben has just destroyed my
Me
logic.
encanta, me le tengo que sufrir. Mira, te digo, jugador de cabotaje, lo tengo apuntado. Es un jugador que se destaca en un equipo del país, pero que fracasa cuando juega en el extranjero o la selección.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. That is unbelievable. Well done. England has a lot of those players. Jugadores de cabotaje.
Sí.
England has a lot of those players, like, and I love it because whenever they get to the major tournaments, it's a disaster. You know, they're fantastic when they're at their clubs, and then it gets to the English national team and it doesn't work. I think Belgium has a lot of players of cabotaje as well. God, what would we say in English? We would have to say something like, we don't have a word. We say players who do well for their club but disappoint at international level or something like that.
Pasa sobre todo en Argentina.
Yeah.
Porque hay tanta presión en la selección.
Yeah.
Yo creo que puede ser... No hemos desarrollado una palabra en otros idiomas porque no es tan necesaria.
No, I don't...
Es que en Argentina llegan con una presión que incluso Messi se le habrá acusado de ser jugador de cabotaje en alguna ocasión.
That's true, yeah. They say Messi doesn't perform for Argentina the way he performs for Barcelona or PSG now. but for his club, you know. So we would say that, yeah, he doesn't perform for his country the same way he plays for his club. But I love that the Argentinians have developed an expression for that. I think that's what I love about language, is that you adapt to your surroundings. Words are created. It's like in the Basque country, it rains a lot, so they have a word for specific types of rain. Chirimiri. Have you heard that before? Chirimiri.
Chirimiri.
So chirimiri is a type of Basque rain that only really exists in the Basque country, because there's so much rain you have to distinguish. And it's the same in Argentina with these jugadores de cabotaje. Well, I think I was on the right track in the sense that it was a negative thing.
Yeah.
I got that. But then again, I had a big clue with the word desastre. It's not going to be a positive thing, is it? So Ruben has vanquished me. He's beaten me 2-1. That's not so bad. I got the first one, the Boca Jaro one. I'm very proud of that I managed to get that one. Cool. Well, excellent. Well, we're going to advance a little bit now. It's time to have a look at what's been happening in the world of football recently, and that means that it's time for this week's press review.
Press review.
So, that was brilliant as well. Who does the music here? Is it Alberto playing the thing?
No, I think it's Nacho's stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you playing that music, Nacho?
No, it's half and half.
Half and half. You're a very talented man, Nacho. A man of many talents, like Da Vinci or something like that. He's wonderful. I don't think Da Vinci could make music like that, though. I think Nacho's better than Da Vinci. Anyway, wonderful stuff. Well, we're going to get the slide up there now just so we can have a look at the press review. This is where we have a look at some of the headlines. How would you say headlines in Spanish?
Titulares.
Titulares. We look at some of the headlines that have been dominating the press in the last week. Now, obviously, it's the January transfer window. Would you say mercado?
Sí, la ventana de mercado.
Ventana de
Mercado de invierno.
De invierno. You say the winter window.
Sí, vosotros decís invierno, nosotros decimos el mercado. Sí, también decimos el mercado de invierno. Sí.
But it starts in, I think it starts in December, the market, or does it only start in January? I don't know. Anyway, we say the January transfer window. So it's a January transfer window at the moment, and that means there's lots of stories about fichajes. How do we say fichajes?
You can say signs.
Signings.
Sign es firmar. Signing, fichaje.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah. Sign, yeah. You sign for a team, that's fichar, por un equipo. But to sign a player, or signing, is sustantivo, the noun, which is fichaje. So it's all about signings. Let's look at the first one, very close to home. Well, both countries, actually. It's a Spanish story and an English story. Philippe Coutinho, completes Aston Villa loan move.
Movimiento de préstamo.
Movimiento de préstamo. You wouldn't say that in Spanish, would you?
Nosotros diríamos Philippe Coutinho ha completado con el Aston Villa la cesión.
La cesión, I like that. Yeah, it's like
La cesión.
almost like the loaning, you say.
Sí, el lunes está muy bien. Si vas al banco, vas a pedir un préstamo, esa es tu palabra.
That's it.
Tienes
Yeah,
que saberla.
Money, and also in football, yeah, the loan. So we say the loan move or the loan deal, you could say as well.
Trato, ¿no?
As a trato or acuerdo. So the loan deal. So Philippe Coutinho is off to Aston Villa, big team in Birmingham, obviously, to work with Steven Gerrard and John McGinn, obviously.
Yeah.
Very, very important. It's going to be a really amazing deal for him, isn't
the other day I was watching a video with Steven Gerrard, and we were talking about the speculation about Philippe Coutinho movement. And he said,
yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that. Oh, I can state that. And I love a word he said. He said, shake. Shake for the sake of our fans.
For the sake
¿Y sabes
of
por qué me gustó? Porque alguien que no fuera nativo no diría nunca shake. Shake.
Yeah, shake.
Diría it's not good for our supporters. ¿No?
Yeah.
Decía good in any way.
That's
en
it.
alguna manera. Pero él dijo shake. ¿Por qué?
For
Porque
the
es
sake
nativo.
of our fans. And the sake of our fans is what? It's almost like the bienestar.
Sí, por el bien de nuestros aficionados.
That's it.
For the sake of our supporters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for the well-being of our supporters, the bienestar almost, for the sake of our supporters. You know, I don't want to upset them. I don't want to make them nervous. I'm not going to say anything. Gerrard is very, with the press, he's very kind of cold sometimes, I think. I remember just before he left Rangers, there was speculation about him going to Aston Villa. And it was funny because the journalist said, "Are you going to go to Aston Villa?" And he said, "No, I'm comfortable here." And she said, "Are you comfortable?" He said, "Do I look comfortable? Do I look happy? Don't ask me stupid questions." And then 1 week later, He was off to Aston Villa. So I think he's about he doesn't lie, but
he has to lie.
he's very careful with the truth, I would say.
Yeah.
Very
For
careful
example,
with the truth.
you have to lie. For example, I remember when Guillermo Amor was the manager, the store manager of Barcelona. He doesn't know how to lie.
Yeah.
It was a problem for the club.
Yeah.
you have to do that.
Yeah.
If they are going to ask you about, are you negotiating Griezmann? Well, some good questions. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's obvious when they don't feel confident. David Moyes was the same at Manchester United because he said the journalist said, "Do you think Manchester City are better than you just now?" And he said, "Yes." It's like, what? You can't say that. You have to lie. You have to say no. We're Manchester United. We're the best team. And he just said, "Yes, they are better than us." You can't say that. I saw Guillermo Amor play once in Scotland.
Oh, yeah?
I saw him play for Livingston, I think it was, against Partick Thistle
I didn't know that.
in Glasgow. He played about 4 games. And I saw one of them.
Oh.
So yeah, I've seen Guillermo Amor play. Not for Barcelona, for Livingston, I think it was. Correct. I might be wrong in that, but I'm sure it was him. Great. Okay, so what do you think about this loan move? You're talking about Coutinho leaving Barcelona. What's happened? Does he not have a place
in
at
my
Barcelona?
opinion, Coutinho is that kind of player, Brazilian player, that they need confidence.
Need confidence.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if they don't have it, they are going to go down. He's not a rebel. He's not a guy.
He's not a rebel.
A rebel. He's not a guy who says, everybody's saying that I am over. I am going to show them I am the best. No, he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
He needs to be comfortable with high moral.
High morale.
Morale.
Yeah.
But he's not going to do it alone. He needs everything around him doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pity because he's very technical, is very good. Maybe he's not very strong. Something that is important in these times.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's my opinion. There is a lot of Brazilian players with that problem.
It's almost like a mentality problem. Like they need a very good word in English would be in this context would be nurturing. Nurturing. Nuturing. That's like cariño. They need a bit of help. They need a bit of love, you know.
Sí.
To advance, and I think a lot of these players need a bit of nurturing to.
Hay que
to
mimarle,
advance.
¿no?
Mimarle.
No decimos mimar.
Yeah, to spoil them a little bit. Yeah, like mi mamá me mima, ¿no?
Mi mamá me mima.
My mum
Que
spoils
viene
me.
de los niños, pero también se aplica a adultos.
That's
Jugador que necesita mimos.
We use it sometimes for like malcriado as well. If you say that a child is spoiled, it means maybe they've been giving him too many sweets or they've been giving him too many nice things. So maybe Coutinho needs a little bit of that. I think Gerrard, ideal manager. He's young.
Yeah.
Obviously the Liverpool connection as well. Maybe they'll be able to establish help. And also he's playing with John McGinn at Aston Villa, so that'll be no problem for him at all. John McGinn will show him what to do. John McGinn's a great player. On to story number 2. Let's have a look at it's a Newcastle story actually, a Newcastle United story. Now there's a good word here. Newcastle poised to make Burnley's Chris Wood second signing of the Saudi era. Okay, so
poised.
Poised.
Es como se prepara, ¿no?
That's a good translation. Yeah, like se prepara, está a punto de whatever, to be about to do
De
something.
hacer el segundo fichaje de la era saudí, que es Chris Wood.
Yeah, Chris Wood, exactly. From
Cristian Madera.
Yeah, Cristian Madera. Yeah,
Cristian Madera,
Cristian Madera. Exactly. So the word poised is good. So literally, you can only, if you're watching me on Twitch, you can see me. Poised is like what an animal, like a big cat, like a lion or a tiger, would do when they're ready to attack. Yeah. So they're poised to attack like this. They're ready to jump, to pounce. Yeah.
O sea, la posición, por ejemplo, de un atleta cuando va a salir de los 100 metros lisos, ¿se podría decir a poised position?
He's poised. He's poised to start.
Poised to start.
Yeah, that's it. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. So Newcastle are poised to make Burnley's Chris Wood second signing of the Saudi era. For those of you who haven't been following the news or been living under a rock, Newcastle have been bought by a Saudi Arabian entity, and they are the richest club in the world, but by quite some distance. They are super, super rich. But they have a problem at the moment because they're so far down the table. I think they're actually colista. How do you say colista in English? Do you know?
The end of the table.
I would say You're almost at the bottom of the table.
The bottom of the table.
And we sometimes say rock bottom. Rock
bottom.
Like,
Como la piedra del botón.
no,
rock.
bottom. Bottom.
Ah.
Like la piedra del fondo.
Del
Literally.
fondo,
Del
vale.
fondo, yeah.
Rock
So,
bottom.
As say colista, we say la piedra. It's like you're rock bottom of the
Rock
table.
bottom.
It means that you're not doing well at all. Yeah, I remember Espanyol, when they went down, were rock bottom for more or less the entire season. Newcastle are, I think they're rock bottom at the moment. And the question is, okay, they can sign Trippier, they can sign maybe Chris
Yeah.
Wood, they can sign a lot of these guys, but if you don't stay up, that's a big problem for you.
If they have enough money, they are not going to have any problem to come back next year to the Premier League.
To the Premier League, yeah, but I mean they'll have to sign a lot of guys on, loan deals and things like that, I think, for it to work. So it'll be interesting. Club agreed to pay strikers release clause of about 20 million. Now, release clause, cláusula
De rescisión.
Ajá,
La
very
cláusula de rescisión de
Yeah.
20 millones. El club se acuerda pagar al delantero pues la cláusula de restricción que tiene de 20 millones de libras.
That's it. Quite a lot of money, yeah. And release is the word which means soltar. So it's literally it's la
cláusula para soltar.
Para soltar al jugador, yeah.
Release, soltar. Bien, me
That's
encanta.
it. That's a good one, yeah. Very good. Yeah, so they're going to pay the release clause, and they're also targeting Monaco's Badiashile, I think that's Badiashile, and Hans Ekit. I can't pronounce that. Ekitike. So two great players from the French league that are doing very well there, and they're going to try and sign these guys. So, however, I think it could be too little, too late. Have you heard that expression before? Too little, too late.
Muy poco, muy tarde.
Muy poco, muy tarde. Yeah. Demasiado poco, demasiado tarde is what we say. Too little,
Sí.
too late.
En esa noticia de Fabrizio Romano, que es súper famoso porque sabe, está en todos los fregados, sabe siempre lo que va a pasar en el mercado.
I don't understand how he does it.
Yeah, Fabrizio
he-
Romano is very popular right now. I've heard a lot about him, about
Yeah.
transfers.
Yeah. But I don't know how he does it. I think possibly he has a relationship with Jorge Mendes. I think that's maybe one of the
Nobody
things.
knows.
If you know him, you probably know what's happening because Jorge Mendes is involved in like every single transfer that happens in football these days. So maybe it's that. But yeah, Fabrizio Romano, definitely recommend reading his stuff. And he speaks in English a lot as well. So if you go into YouTube and listen to interviews with him, you'll get some English listening practice as well. Our final article of our press review is about Real Madrid. Can you read the title
Yeah,
there?
of course. Real Madrid, Marcelo inundated with offers.
Very good. Now, this is close to... I love this word, inundated.
Está inundado en ofertas.
Yeah. Does that make sense in Spanish? Would you say inundado de ofertas?
Se puede entender.
Yeah, you can understand it. But
En
it's
inglés
not.
no sé.
Yeah, you can be inundated with offers. Inundación in English is a flood.
Ujú.
It rhymes with blood, like sangre. Rima con. Rhymes with blood, but we changed the B for an F. So you can say that somebody has been flooded with offers or inundated with offers. You can also use it in a work context. Ruben is very often inundated with emails and meetings. I've noticed about you in the last year or so. I'm not so much. It's great because I'm a teacher. I don't really have many meetings. I'm not inundated with meetings, so I'm happy at the moment. It could all change. It could all change in the future.
But it's very common to use inundated. You can use it in the normal way.
Yeah, you can use it
You can
totally. Yeah, absolutely. So when Real Madrid, Marcelo inundated with offers, what does that mean? He has
Que tiene muchas ofertas.
muchas ofertas. Yeah, that's it. The Real Madrid left back will be moving on in the summer. Moving on would just be moving to another
Que no
place.
se cambiaría.
That's it. Yeah. Se va.
Sabemos que move es mudanza también.
Yeah, to move house. Exactly. Yeah. And la mudanza is the move. Yeah, you could say estoy muy ocupado con la mudanza. Yeah, I'm very busy with the move. You could say, but to move on would be just to irse, to leave. a
To
place.
leave.
So se va en este verano. He's moving on in the summer. He's received offers from back home in Brazil and from clubs in Turkey. Where would you like to play if you were a player? Would you, and you're at the end of your career, would you prefer to go to Brazil or Turkey? They're both
Wow,
they're
see,
both
you-
brilliant atmospheres and stuff.
It's different. In this case, Marcelo is a Brazilian guy. So if you come back to Brazil, you are going to receive a lot of mimos.
Yeah. A lot of me I like that. Yeah.
If you go to Turkey, imagine you can discover a new culture. You're going to play in a different
Environment.
I suppose it depends on if you want to earn money or do you prefer to enjoy and you have to choose it.
Yeah, if you want to enjoy yourself, if you want to have fun and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I don't understand why more players don't go to Latin America at the end of their career. You know, obviously the ones that are from there go there. You know, like Felipe Luis ended up back in Brazil. You know, a lot of the Argentinians, Maradona ended up back in Argentina. Simeone ended up back in Argentina as well. You know, like, I think a lot of the players that are from the continent go back there, but I don't understand why more Europeans don't want to go off to Argentina, for example, to play.
Well, for example, Trezeguet did it, but Trezeguet was half Argentina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He had the Argentinian family and all that.
Yeah,
so
support for the money.
yeah,
Money moves the world.
money moves the world. Absolutely. Yeah.
And if you have a very good proposal for another country, you're going to earn a lot of money, you go there and you go to Japan, China. Well, China not now, not anymore.
No, yeah. Especially like Evergrande, they went bankrupt.
But see, Japan, Arabia, they are very interesting places for earning money.
Yeah, for money.
If you are from Argentina, from Brazil, you want to come back and you have to give back what you received.
Yeah, from the country.
Es que devolver lo que has recibido.
Very good.
You come back and your la gente de tu país, ¿no? The people of the country.
Your country. Well, I would say country folk in Scotland, but your people from your country.
From your country. Y que estaba buscando una palabra en plan tus paisanos. No sé decir paisano en inglés,
Well,
sorry.
you know, in the past you say countrymen, but that's a bit...
Countrymen, you can
yeah,
say
but that's a
paisano.
bit... I think that nowadays it's a bit
Pero
antiquated.
countrymen es como alguien de un pueblo, ¿no?
No.
Countrymen. Okay.
No. Countrymen is like compatriots.
Compatriots. That's the word
Compatriots,
I
yeah.
was looking for.
That's it. Because countrymen is limiting it to men. What about the women?
Okay.
There's women there too. So compatriots, much better.
If they want that their competitors see you how to play,
Yeah,
you come back home.
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I think that makes sense. You know, going back home and all that kind of stuff. But I just think for the atmosphere and all that in these leagues, Brazil, Argentina, probably Colombia and Uruguay and stuff like that are the same as well. You know, big, passionate, exciting crowds. Why would you not want to play there?
Yeah.
But it's probably because, as you say, the Turkish team pay a great expression in English. They pay the big bucks, la pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to say ganar una pasta, you could say he's earning big bucks.
Yes.
You always say bucks.
Sí. Bucks es, bueno, se dice ciervo, pero también es pavos, como llaman pavos.
Exactly. Pavos, yeah, you say
Hey.
pavos in Spain. Do they say anything else in Latin America? I'm not really sure if they say like... I've heard them say plata for like money, for
Yeah,
pasta.
the money.
Yeah.
Como diría Quevedo, powerful knight is Mr. Money.
Powerful Knight is Mr.
Sí,
Money.
poderoso caballero, don dinero.
Powerful Knight
Son
is
muy
Mr.
famosos.
Money. That's beautiful.
Yeah, es muy poético.
Okay, Quevedo. What do you expect? We don't have too much time left, do we? We've got a few minutes. Yeah, that's the end of our press review. I think. Just final comment on Marcelo. He's been at Madrid a long time. He's been at Madrid a very, very long time. You're not really surprised that he's coming to an end now, that he's not really a fixture in the team. He's not a constant player in the team.
Well, I think Marcelo has been a very important player in Real Madrid. Now he's quite old and he's not playing a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe because we are in a crisis moment in football, not only in Barcelona, maybe in Madrid, because Madrid in another 10 years ago, he has signed a new left back instead of Marcelo.
Yeah.
Maybe they had the possibility of stay with Reguilón.
Reguilón, yeah.
Yeah,
they sold
but
him.
they decided to I don't know, sell or loan it. But
They sold him.
They sold
They
it.
bought him, yeah.
and well, maybe Marcelo can play 10 or 12 matches along the
season. Yeah.
against not strong rivals.
Yeah, not strong opposition. Yeah, maybe like a substitute, or like you could say a fill-in, or a backup. You could say as well, a backup. Like your files on your computer, a backup. So anyway, well, I don't think we have too long left. Nacho, we've not got too long left in the thing. I think we should wrap up the program now. Thank you for joining us on that press review, and for Twitch for writing us there. Before we finish, we're going to end the program as always by giving you the clues for next week's mystery player.
Mystery player.
a very musical show today. I'm really, really happy with the music content. It gives a bit more life to everything. Okay, Ruben, clue number 1.
Clue number 1, I'm going to show the photo to.
Okay.
Here it is. He played in England and Germany.
The guy in front of him looks like the Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. Do you say El Tío Lucas from the Addams Family, the referee? He's just
It's a very conical photo.
Yeah.
That's the reason I used.
Yeah. It's the player running behind the referee. Oh, I know what match this is. I know what match this is. A very famous match.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say any more. So he played in England and Germany. Clue number 2. He was runner-up, subcampeón. He was runner-up in a World Cup final and in the Euros as well. Okay, runner-up in the World Cup final and in the Euros, so he never managed to win.
Runner-up, recordar que es subcampeón.
Subcampeón.
¿No? Subcampeón.
That's it. He was runner-up twice. Very good. Number 3, Ruben.
He named his son Luis in honor of Luis Figo.
Very good. He named his son Luis in honor. Careful, it's a silent H, muda. It's silent, so it's honor.
Honor
of Luis Figo. Video game fans maybe remember a game called Medal of Honor back in the day. It was an old video game with about the war and stuff like that. Medal of Honor. So yeah, so he named his son Luis in order of Luis Figo. Clue number 4. He had another son called Emilio in honor of Emilio Butragueño. So obviously a fan of Madrid, this guy. And clue number 5, Ruben.
In 2012, he was arrested for driving at 211 kilometers per hour.
Very good, exactly. And this is a football player. It's not Michael Schumacher we're talking about. Okay, it's a football player. So he broke the law, obviously. You can't be driving at 211 kilometres per hour. So he was arrested in 2012 for that reasons. If you think you know the answer, write to us, as always, on Twitter at speak_football_, and let us know who you think the mystery player is. Thanks to all of you who joined us here on Twitch and on the radio. And I'm really, really happy to have you back here for this new year. Stick around if you're listening on the radio to listen to Richard in a couple of minutes. Thanks for joining us as always, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.